Going once, going twice. Sold.
But it's not the only one. There are quite a few properties that are like this, throughout this sale.
In fact, let's look at that number 4, that home that sold for $2,900.
Yeah, which is really pretty, it's surprising. Now, it says that it could qualify for a raise order, so I'm sure the condition is not good. It's probably been vacant for a while, but it's a home that basically sold for, for less than $3,000.
In fact, let's grab that address and let's go ahead and look it up, the address on Google. And that raise order, they put that on all of the properties that went through the tax sale, is kind of essentially a warning. But I think in most of these cases, you can work with the city. They're putting that more of a liability so that they're not liable.
There's our house right there. And it's like a July 2023 images. So they are about 2 years old. The images are roughly a little bit, but it's a nice neighborhood though.
It's a nice neighborhood. Yeah, I agree. And there's also, at that time, there was somebody still occupied in the property. So it's probably been made vacant since that time. Now let's go ahead and let's look up that address on Redfin right quick and just see what they estimate the property value to be.
$70,000, estimated value on it is pretty good, especially considering that it sold for $3,000, less than that really. I mean, it sold for a tiny percentage of its value. I mean, so much so that you pretty well could do whatever you wanted with it.
Yeah, really, and it's not a very big property. It's 840 square feet, 847, which means as far as rehab's concerned, we're not looking at a major structure. As far as lots of bedrooms, lots of bathrooms that we need to fix up. So something like this is a pretty easy rehab job to go in there, fix the property up. You could do what we call lipstick rehab and either rent the property out, you could turn around and flip it, or you could just sell it as is, buy it for $2,900, sell it to somebody for 30 grand, and then at that point they can come in and do the rehab. Now, the one thing that is nice about these, and this isn't typical, as we mentioned before, that these have gone through quiet title. So we don't need to go through that quiet title process. We can get title insurance on these properties without going through the quiet title process or using some type of specialty title company like Tax Title Services.
Oh, what's crazy is it means you could just turn around and sell these, like any other property, without dealing with any of the normal hangups of a tax sale property, that's foreclosed on, because the quiet title process has already been done. So that is pretty remarkable here.